We in the right place, Dan? Okay. All righty, folks. We're going to do a little known something in the security dog world. We all want to go over something that I've never seen anybody cover, but it's absolutely imperative if you're going to have a dog on the street that's protection trained. First, I want to look at equipment. Baron's got the proper collar, which is leather. The problem with nylon on a dog with a medium coat like Baron here, this, by the way, this is Calvin, this is Baron. Baron's the one with the hair. Maybe not as much as Calvin, I don't know, he's pretty fuzzy. With a medium coated dog, nylon has a lot of little fine holes in it. It's when it's wove together, and that can literally catch hairs and twist them and break them. And if you ever see a dog that's got a rash under his neck, or maybe the hair's gone, that could be from a nylon collar. I see it not a lot, but it does happen. And you also want your dog to be comfortable. Leather breathes, nylon doesn't. So I prefer a leather everything on the dog. Now, let's go to equipment and why it's important that you have the right equipment. Angela, where's that rope that other leash? Can you bring that out to me? Thank you, ma'am. This is Angela. This is Calvin's other half. So, come on out. I'll embarrass everybody on YouTube here. Come visit. So this is what he was using as a leash. And I'm going to explain why you don't want to use something like this or a nylon leash. First, let me see this one. And this is leather. This is the preferred, again, of everything. Leather starts on the dog's neck and goes all the way up to the handler's hand. Think of it that way. This particular, you're going to take your dog by the collar. And then let's undo this here. This, of course, is my guard dog clasp, which is rather unique anymore. Used to be kind of common, but the company that makes them, I don't know, something happened. And I do have these available from time to time with a leather leash if y'all want to give me a call. It's got, you squeeze it like that to open it. You got this little wheel right up here, and you simply roll it back. And once you roll it back, it doesn't open. You can have a whole lot of fun with your friends if you have one of these. It's always good for a chuckle because you put it on your dog and then you hand it to them and say, hey, would you take that off? And they don't see you roll the wheel. You do like that and they go, and you say, well, you're silly, can't you? And you just do that. And so anyway, a little fun joke. So, if you want to put that back on him? If you're using a nylon leash, you've already experienced this. And by the way, this will go even to your basic obedience. This is a woven nylon. It could be even more fun. If you take a nylon leash and slide your hand down it like that, and I'm grabbing this tight and pulling. I don't know if you can hear this or not. I mean, I'm not sliding my hand. I'm grabbing it and I'm pulling. If I'd done that with this leash, I'd have a blister here right now. If you do it with a nylon leash, we already all know you're going to have a blister. How much this affects your dog training is really the little things that have the big results. I've taken people in basic obedience when they're going to go sit and their dog won't sit. I'll give them a leather leash and they'll go sit and the dog sits, because subconsciously everybody understands that when you slide your hand on nylon, it burns, baby, burn, right? You can slide your hand on leather and it's soft. It does not burn. So your corrections automatically become more efficient for your dog and for you. So obviously if it burns and you're holding your leash like this and you're doing protection training and all of a sudden that dog runs out there at 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, as it slips through your hand, you're going to walk away with some big blisters. And on the street, you are prone to do something like, ow! And there goes puppy dog, you know. So we're going to use a leather leash. Now I'm going to take Calvin through the steps of how to properly hold a leash if you're in a attack situation where someone may be threatening you in front of you. And this is another reason why, if you're training, you always want to get your leash work proper. So Calvin's got a thumb hold on that loop. Hold your hand up real quick. Let everybody see that. Turn your hand this way. This is great. This joint right here is the strongest joint in your body. You can suspend a railroad car from that. If you'll do it like that, if you're doing leather, it'll bind on itself. Now Calvin's got his fingers getting a little bit white because he's squeezing it so hard. That's because he's used to having this, and this will slide. The leather will not slide when you hold it, so it's more secure. But obviously he's cut it back halfway. That's great, but if someone's going to attack you, you want your leash, you want your dog out at the end of your leash. It's what we call the security zone. So slip that loop around your right wrist. The loop itself. The loop, there's a loop at the the other loop, yes, not the one you made. Smarter than a caveman, Calvin, smarter than a caveman. Okay, so now you want your dog to be able to go out full range. So exactly, you're gonna pull around, you're gonna pull this loop up to your wrist. That's an anchor, that's secure, because you don't want your dog getting away. Now you take a hold of it, and if you want to, if it's too bulky, you can slide it back a little bit, it's up to you. Remember, the leash is coming out of his thumb right here. You're going to take your left hand, and everybody wants to do like this. Well, all you got here is two hands bumping each other. You want everything pulling the same way. So it's leaving the thumb up here, it's going to come out under your thumb up here. Okay. And you're doing obedience work, the thumb comes out, the leash comes out your little finger, all right? So next thing you're going to do, if someone were to come in front and you felt like you had to run them off, you've got your dog in a position, you're always going to have him at a sit. That facilitates our on-off switch. You're going to lock your right elbow into your side, Calvin. Got it in there? Hold your hand up like this. Like this? Yep, just like this. Put it in here. Now you're going to step back with your right foot. There you go. Point your left foot straight ahead. Left toe straight ahead. Left toe straight ahead. Okay, whoa, stand up straight.
Baron.
Baron's getting restless here. So now that's it. This is just a forward stance like you'd use in shooting, like you use in boxing. Your left foot's forward, your right foot is this way, your weight's back on that back leg, and now you're going to allow your dog to go out and create your safety zone by letting the leash slide through this hand. This hand guides your dog. That hand is the anchor. That's why you got it against your waist and you turn partially sideways. Little bitty 90-pound women have been known to hold 100-pound mastiffs by using this position, okay? So now we're going to have Stan alert this dog. Get in the position I told you. Okay, get him around in front. Now let him slide out to the end. Now put your elbow, no. There, elbow back here. Lock it right there. This one goes out here. Now as he's jumping, you can push him down. Stand, move from side to side. You can move the dog this way. You can pull him back. Whatever you want to do. Okay? Turn your left foot a little bit straighter. Stand up straight. You're always going to stand up straight, and if the dog pulls, just flex at your knees a little bit. Whoa. Put it back behind you. There you go. Stand up straight. Back up. Okay. There you go. Bend this a little bit. Now just bend at the knee as he pulls. Try and stand up straight. There you go. There you go. But don't lock this in.
He's got slack in between his hands.
You don't want any of this slack right here because the decoy doesn't know where the dog's at, and he may get too close and you let him go another 4 inches, he gets bit. When you're training street dogs, that's always a possibility. So you're rocking him back and forth.
Oh, okay.
You want your dog to stay at the end of the leash so the decoy knows where he is. You're going to take this, put it right there against your... Turn sideways.
This?
Yeah, turn sideways. And lock that elbow into your side. Now see, he's standing straight when he gets in the right position. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
The dog's got something to lean against. He knows where you're at. You're his partner in this. You're the thinking part of the team. Give him a bite. Oh, well, try to give it. Okay, that's good. Very good, Baron. Praise your dog. So, I'm going to use this. Remember, you don't want to use nylon, but what you're going to do is it's going to be around your wrist like this. This is your security. Lock your elbow into your side. This is your anchor. This keeps your dog, there you go, Stan, thanks. So he goes to the end of the leash. You're going to bring your hand up like this. Both thumbs are going the same way. You simply bend in, bend in, bend in. This arm never moves. If your dog jumps in the air and is in danger of flipping over, you simply push down. If you have a gang of 2 or 3 people, punks, that are going to attack you, and the one on the outside, this one's making a lot of noise, this one over here is trying to sneak in all of a sudden, you simply, because your dog's going to be attracted to the one that's making the most movement and noise, so you just move them this way with this hand, step around. Move them back, step around. This foot is your pivot, it stays in one place. This is your anchor.
Good looking dog.
That's a good looking dog, someone said, yeah.
You don't bark much.
Yeah. So, hope that tip helps everybody. If you're working on, oh, and remember, this is what we call your security zone. When your dog goes out to the end of a 6-foot leash, you have about 8 feet between you and a potential attacker. That means, unless he's got a 9-foot baseball bat, you're safe, okay? If he's got a little knife or something like that, you're safe. If he's got a 45, well, that's another story. But, so that's your security zone. You never, ever, ever go in a circle. We might as well do a few more tactics. If you have a dog in front of you, or you have an attacker in front of you, if there's a group of them like this and they start walking towards you, you don't want to turn this way and turn this way, because one of them's going to come around and get your back. You always want your attackers to your front. And stand. Oh, never mind. You always want your attackers to your front. I'll show you why in just a minute. Darren, you want to come be an attacker? Phil, you want to join him being an attacker? I'm just going to pull back and show them how to walk back. So,
Make sure you don't walk back into that.
yeah, walk Baron back a little bit. So, what you're going to do is you have 2 potential attackers here. Just come up a step at a time, gentlemen. I'm going to go back a step, back a step, back a step, back a step. This way, my dog is capable capable of watching everybody that's coming towards me, and I'm not turning my back on anyone. Which you see some of these sport trials where they have these, what they think is civil agitation, and they'll turn their back and go in a circle and circle and circle. All you're looking for there is that right there. So, hope that helps some of you in your security dog training, and we will see y'all on our next video. Right, Les Stanley?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Wall. Thank you, Mr. Phil.